Hello, I'm赵幼斌. It's time for lesson 11 of 37 form of Young Family Tai Chi Chuan. I will mainly talk about the eye techniques and its applications in exercises. You have learned a lot about techniques of the hands, body, and legs steps, and you may practice it quite well. But if you do not know how to use your eyes, especially in competitions, the scores will be adversely affected. If you may get 9 points with your qualified movement, but you improperly use the eyes, you could at most get 8 points or even less, because the eyes plays a spiritual leading role. 虚灵顶劲 hold the head straight with ease, is the first one of 10 key points from Yang Cheng Fu, and the eyes are the first factor for realizing the state of 虚灵顶劲 hold the head straight with ease. For example, two persons are bickering or fighting. If you would like to intimidate the opponent mentally, generally you just brighten your eyes and erect your head straight. But for completing the state of 虚灵顶劲, hold the head straight with ease, we need at the same time pulling up the top of the head, relax and erect the neck and slightly draw in the lower mandible. And all these movements are naturally realized via the expressions of the eyes. We say that the eyes are the seedlings of the heart, equivalent to windows of the heart, which reflect our inner activities. Changes of expressions of the eyes affect and guide interlocking changes of the body, inside and outside. And what are the requirements of Tai Chi Chuan for the eyes? Self-confidence, wisdom, deterrence, and freedom of all kinds of movements. Self-confidence, trust our own abilities, set up the conviction of success, and show our spiritual maturity. Wisdom. Tai Chi Chuan is a kind of intelligent boxing in which we use the theory of Tai Chi, such as yin-yang hu-ji. Yin and yang assist each other in order to gain the initiative. For example, 动急者则急应，动缓者则缓随. Make a quick response to a quick movement, and a slow one to the slow. 粘连黏随 touching, sticking, adhering, and following. 四两拨千斤 defeating the strong with little effort, etc. Deterrence. We should not be angry with glaring eyes only, but calm and powerful. Have an insight into the opponent's intentions. Freedom of all kinds of movements. We should be calm as there is nothing in front of us, not easily revealing our intentions. Nobody knows our intentions, but I know what's what. These are general requirements for the eyes when practicing Tai Chi Chuan. How to express the eyes? Firstly, in all our movements of the body, we have opening and closing, rising and lowering, drawing in and releasing. It is the same with the eyes, that there's natural tiny retraction and release of the eyelids together with the movement of the body. And how to do it we slightly retract the eyelids inward and keep the eyes on the opponent or in one direction. At the same time, try to broaden the field of vision, including up and down, left and right, front and back. With such tiny changes of the eyes, we focus on the opponent, but it does not mean that we keep the eyes only on the rival. We should at the same time pay attention to a much wider range in order to get more information around. For example, when we kick the leg, we separate the hands and then close them. Closing them is an empty movement in which a kind of spirit energy is accumulated and ready to be opened and released for later attack. At this time, we slightly draw in the eyelids so as to accumulate energy to be released later. But there is a precondition that you should be very familiar with all these movements, and you are at the stage of improving your skills in practice, and so you would be able to naturally move the eyelids according to the changes of all other parts of the body. In ancient time, there was a skillful archer named Ji Chang who may shoot with great precision. It is said that he could puncture a leaf at 100 paces away. But how could he get such good vision? In order to improve his eyesight, he sat by the weaving machine, practicing his eyesight, following the movement of the weaving shuttles. It is very similar to playing frisbee, that our sight should follow the target. That is a kind of exercises in dynamic state. And how do we practice our eyesight and stability in static state? We should firstly focus on one small point. For example, we hang a flea in front of us and look at it calmly, slowly. And gradually the flea grows bigger and bigger in our sight until it looks like a coin. This is just a story, telling us the importance of the eyes. Though we do not have special exercises for improving eyesight, when we practice Tai Chi Chuan or Zhan Zhuang standing exercise, the eyes must be attentive. The eyes follow our intentions and postures, and the closing and opening. Slight movement of the eyelids go with the flow of the movement and are natural. When you are familiar with the movements, you had better use neutral and calm expressions of the eyes. The eyes should not be darkened nor go for show. The target of practicing martial arts is in general to reflect the technical contents, styles, and charm of a certain kind. But some of the performances are exaggerated with aim for eye-catching, but we had better keep natural expression. The second point, during the practicing process, we should keep looking horizontally and far away. The head should follow the movement of the eyes. It is not right that you look up and down. For example, in the form needle at the bottom of the sea, when the palm moves down, do not fix your eyes on the hand, but look far forward along the direction of the palm. In the form fans through the back, we should look forward horizontally instead of looking up or sideways. In the form single whip, it is very important to look steadily forward. In the form fan through the back, the eyes look forward along the direction of the left hand. But if your head is here and you look this way, the both are not in the same direction. Then the effect is ugly. In the form single wave, when returning over, the eyes move horizontally along with the left hand. Meanwhile, have a look around with the corner of the eyes and then move to the right. If the hand and the eyes are in different directions, the attention would not be focused. The head should follow the eyes. If you look here, but the head does not move, you would look sideways. Basically, the movement of the head following the eyes is smooth. Generally, in spirit, the head follows the direction of the eyes, but not absolutely. If too absolute, it would be not so smooth. That is, 无过不及, no excess, no deficiency. The eyes should follow the primary hand, but we should also pay attention to another hand while the eyes follow the main one. For example, the left hand in the form high pat on the horse is the main one. When returning back, we should take care of the second hand, right one. But it does not mean that you look back at it, forgetting the main one. Your attention is still to the front direction of the left hand. When practicing Taiji sword, there is a form called 魁星. The sword should be horizontally forward, and we should keep the eyes on the front and the tip of the sword. Here, we emphasize the movement of the eyes following the main hand, but meanwhile, do not forget the other hand at the back in your mind. Another example, after the pushing posture in the form single wave, the left hand is the main one. After turning, when drawing it back, the eyes should care for two hands. Now, we may slightly draw the lower mandible in, but not lower the head, and not stare so hard. The eyes should follow the turning body and look forward along the right hand. At the same time, care for the left hand. The left warding off in the form grasping the bird's tail has the left hand as the main one. The fourth point is at the left arm. So, when we start practicing this form, we should keep the eyes on the left hand, and meanwhile we see the right hand from the corner of our eyes. This meets the requirements of young family Taiji Chuan. That is, that the sight from the corner of the eyes should observe the other hand. For kicking and separating the leg, the right hand is dominant and moves together with the leg. Now, if you look here, then you would forget the movement of the left hand, which drops down. Of course, you should not look this side and then the other side. You should turn over and relax the shoulders and sink the elbow. Keep your eyes on the main hand and your sight from the corners of the eyes on the left hand. It doesn't matter if you could not see the left hand, but you should have such consciousness and expression. The eyes should take care of both the primary hand and the second one, but be sure to avoid taking a look at the left and then at the right. The eyes should take care of the movement of the both arms and also feel circumstances around the body. Basic requirements for eye techniques eyes follows. The eyes should follow the hands. The eyes lead the hands. Glance right and left. The figure and the spirit are combined. In the form cloud hands, it is not wrong that the eyes follow the right hand, but it is wrong if you lower your head or only stare at the hand or even behind the hand. Then, what should we do? This is a winding movement, so you should move your eyes ahead of the wrist and the palm. The hand leads the eyes and follows the eyes simultaneously. But the eyes cannot lead the hand unless they are in front of it. In the form single whip, when we move here and the hand stretches out, if you still look backward, then the movement of the hand does not make any sense. The eyes should follow the hand and get ahead of it. The eyes are seedlings of the heart, which observe the moving state. As soon as the eyes find out that it is time for the hand to move, the hand at once follows the eyes. This is a natural moving state. 虚灵顶进, hold the head straight with ease, is the master, is the leader. And the expressions of 5 sense organs, including facial muscles, naturally go with the former. Then, what shall we pay attention to? We already know the relations between the eyes and the hands, and how about the eyes and the movement of the body? The eyes lead the movement, and the movement follows the eyes. The first step is to direct your body with your mind for further movement, and the eyes lead in an intended direction. Then the body, the steps, and hands closely follow the eyes. This is a holistic relationship between the inner and external movement. The head, shoulders, steps, the whole body move together with the eyes. For example, left warding off in the form grasping the bird's tail. After lowering the left hand, the right hand becomes the main one. The eyes should focus on the right hand, but do not firmly stare at it, because meanwhile you should care for the left hand too. The eyes should always lead the right hand. After warding off, splitting, pulling back, and turning back, you should close the arms and step up. But before you stepping out, you should look forward and see the complete process of closing the arms. When all this is over, you should focus on the left hand and right hand. Next, the right hand is the main one, and you pull down with the left hand. Meanwhile, having glance at the left hand, relax the shoulders and the elbows and sink the force. As soon as you see the right hand with your sight from the corner of the eyes, the right hand is ready to move. At this time, the eyes should look forward ahead of the right hand. Then the right hand will follow. After the postures of 咧 splitting and 踩 pulling down is 捋 rolling back, the eyes should also go ahead, and the hand should follow the eyes in the same direction. When rolling, the eyes should care for the elbows. When rolling back, rolling implies pressing, which implies the meaning of advancing. The eyes should follow the movement of pressing instead of looking at the hand like this. The eyes should care for all directions around, but always ahead of the hand, and then the hand should follow. The eyes are always ahead of the hand, and this is so-called the eyes are seedlings of the heart. The dynamic eyes should show the fighting spirit and all parts of the body should follow the eyes. 一动俱动，一道俱道。One part moves, all parts move. One part finishes, all parts finish. In one word, hands, eyes, body, and steps, advancing, retreating, and shifting, should coordinate with each other. For getting such natural, connotative, firm, and confidential expressions of the eyes, you need time and more practice. Of course, firstly, you should be familiar with all movements and then take into consideration how to improve the moving quality. And then you will be able to focus on the expressions of the eyes. So, I hope you may slowly understand and realize it in your practice. That's all for today. Thank you. See you next time.
第一动，右腿渐屈，左腿后撤，两手胸前相合，握拳，起右脚，再落步，成右虚步，两拳微向前撑，全心朝下，眼向前平视。第一动，两手变掌，起右腿，撤步，右斜方，然后重心后移，两手随之下落，右转体，起左脚，两手同时左右分开，圆转，左虚步，两背要圆，眼向前平视。再来一遍，推步滑虎，两手变掌，右掌心朝上，左掌心朝下，重心渐渐移向右腿，两手渐渐分开，起左腿，要胯间要活，两背要松圆，眼的余光能看到两手。第一动，两背顺时针圆转，腰微右随，右手稍抽回，向中间前方推出，两手上下要平。第二动，右手起，左手落，重心不变，两脚掌捻动，右手平展，左手相随，向右后方旋转，抬左腿，扫腿，转一圈，然后重心左移，腰左转，拎起右腿，摆出， 成百连式。再做一遍。两倍松活的圆转，腰胯间要有旋转之意，转体重心不变，手脚相随，身体要稳定，不要起伏，然后随之而摆腿，两掌心朝下，重心左移，两手迎击脚面，摆右腿，稳住，屈膝下沉，右掌心朝上，左掌心朝下。
Hello everyone, today we will explain lesson 11. In the last lesson, we talked about golden rooster stands on one leg, left and right. The next move is to step back to form 7 stars. Then is to step back to right tiger, followed by turning around and sweeping the lotus. Also has another sweeping the Luton leg. These motions are relatively complex. As we can see, especially swinging lotus feet is a new neck technique in Tai Chi. Look. First motion step back to form 7 star. Both hands clenched and crossed over your chest. Empty right foot, solid left one. Make the gravity 0.3 before, 0.7 behind. And what is 7 stars? In Tai Chi, the 7 stars do not refer to the Big Dipper in the sky, but rather to the 7 joints of the shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, foot, and heart. These are the 7 stars. Now, how can we do this action? Follow the golden rooster, stand on one leg. Since is step back, squat down with your left foot, forward back, and swing your foot at 45 degrees outward. Second, sit back. Third, lift the legs. Clench the fist in both hands. Lift the knee. Cross the hands in front of the chest. And then lower the foot gently. Move the gravity forward slightly after falling. The arms rotate inward. Go ahead slightly. And the wrist supports back. Here is this side. Look again at the other side. 1. Squat down, 4 foot. Notice here, swing left foot at 45 degrees outward. 2. Sit back. 3. Up your knee. Clench your hands together. 4. Drop your foot. And 5. Adjust the gravity slightly. Turn your fists inward and send them forward a little. Rotate 2 fists inward. Send forward a little. And meanwhile, support the wrist back. Now I will do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. S is a step back motion. I will do it again with my back for more clear of the left foot. Squat down, swing out and forward. Sit back, lift the knee, fall down, and fine, adjust. This is the step back to form 7 star step. The next action is called step back, ride the tiger. We can see that this action has a relatively large step. and requires the body to sit down, as if right on the tiger with both hands extended. This is a very imposing action, just like stepping back to form serving stars. This is also a step-back motion. Lift the knee and step back, then sit back, lift the neck again, and make the slight adjustment. As we can see, there's two step-back actors had the same way of foot. 1. Knee lift. 2. Step back. 3. Neck lifts. 4. Foot drops. And then move the gravity forward slightly to adjust gravity. Make the overall strength round and support. 1, 2, 3, 4, very clear. Nurse, take a look again. How can we do the hand movements? Firstly, lift the knee and two hands change into palms. The left palm facing down, the right palm facing up. Step back, land your toes first. During the dropping, sit back, turn your body to the right. Spread your left hand to the right, palm seize. While doing, the two hands move together to the right. Right palm seize. The left hand is under the right elbow, both on the right side of body. While foot learns, move your left hand forward with your left neck and brush your left hand forward to your left side. Don't push your right hand forward actively, but bring your right hand toward the front, right, with turning around. Land here. Lower your feet lightly. Press your gravity slightly forward. Support your wrist back. Gently spread your hands to both sides. This posture is done. Front view again. 1, 2 feet change into palms. 2, step back and drop foot. 3, sit back and spread your right hand. Left hand forward. 4, turn your wrist and brush your knee, left palm seize, and drop the right foot. Rotate your right hand with your wrist turning toward the front. The tiger's mouth is at the same level to the ear. Looking ahead, doing like this. From the step up to form serving stars, fists change into palms. Back to the stirrup. Lift the neck and lower the foot. This is the step back to right tiger. Just now for the step back and right tiger, the movement should be extended, and when learning, backward the foot, leave a certain width between the 2 feet. Stand here horizontally. This action is easy to bring both feet together when turning the wrist, and learning is not good. Stand here horizontally. This action is easy to bring both feet together when turning the wrist and learning. Notice when lifting the knee and turning outward, relax the wrist and crouch, and actively extend the foot forward with the turning wrist. This way, you can sit here with the knee open and crouch around. When support the both hands, the shoulders open, elbows dropped, and the wrist should be thin. The entire body should be opened enough, which is the step back and ride the tiger. Get the vigor as much as possible. Next move is to turn around and swing the noodles, which is relatively complex, as you may remember the single sweep noodles. After coming over, up the knee, lift your neck up, pat the foot face with one hand. This is the double sweep nutus. But its overall movement is not just a neck swing technique. Attention here. Turning your body rotating your feet, turning your body to the right rear, and then turning your left neck with your waist turning. Here is also a neck sweep. The foot down here, and then up the neck at this point. There is also one tapping foot and one swing foot, which is two neck techniques. Now we can start it one by one. Divided this action into 3 parts. 1. Step back and spread your hands, keeping your gravity point 3 at front, point 7 at behind unchanged. Turn your body slightly to the right, bend your right elbow back, and extend your left hand forward and upward. Then turn the body back to the left. Raise the left hand upward with an arc. Retract it, and push your right hand out from the chest to this position. It's a bit like the lady works at shadow. Left hand holds. This is about an elbow distance between the hands. Take a side look. 1, 2, 3. Take closer look in this direction. 1, 2, 3. Push your palm out. This is the first part. The next, turn body. For doing this motion, you can perform this action before the camera. Sit here and slide left your 2 heels off the ground. The waist turning. Bring both cells to rotate and drive on the ground. Be careful not to freeze the heels on the ground. Keep turning and driving until the left foot can be lifted with the toes touch the ground. Right foot on the ground, then bring your left leg over by turning wrist, like wiping out, doing like this. The key to this action is to lift both heels up, so as to drive the waist to bring it, like this. Look, turn, shift your weight to right, brush. To what position? When practicing, it's important to have a diagonal cross, divided at 45 degrees equally. Drive, turn, swing, and jump your feet here. Stand on at 45-degree diagonal line and pay attention to the place of your foot. Pay attention to the landing point. Hands, right hands backward, means to block behind you. Turn around and pop, hold up behind you. Want to stop? You have to sit palm, not to block out, using the spread arc. So right hand facing inward. Go out from above the left elbow, throughout in an arc. Pull back your left hand to balance the string. So forward like this. Hand drops. Bend your left elbow backward. Extend your right hand in arc from up your left elbow. Keep your hand shape. Brush. Eyes focus on at 45 degrees to the right. Now I'll demonstrate it again in another direction. This is the second part. In the third part, swinging the nerves can refer to practice of single-way swing notes. After sitting back, shift the gravity to the left. Up the knee, kick the right nerve diagonally to the left, and then swing it back to form such a leg swing. You don't have to kick your nerves that high. Can be a little lower. Draw a circle first. Relax your hips like this. Swipe your hand backward with nerve as turning. Arm swiping. Flip your right palm upward and use your foot to touch your hands in the air. It requires a certain speed. This way, your hand and foot meet in the air can cause a sound pop, pop, very imposing. For down, lift, sit on your crouch, roll up your waist, swing it up, pull it apart, squat down, sit firmly, left palm sits, right palm facing up. This is the final posture of the swing. I will connect this action for you again. Let me demonstrate it sideways. These are the three motions of the golden rooster stance on one leg. Big open and close. Those actions are relatively nerves, open, and also has a little difficulties. I'll do these motions together again for everyone. Golden rooster stands on one leg. Step back to form serpent stars. Step back and right tiger. Turn around and swing the lotus. Once again, this is practice of these actions. These acts are relatively difficult, especially the back turn, swing, drive foot, sweep, nerve, and finally swing nerve, which are three difficult points. If you can do it well, you can practice slowly. Now, for example, when swinging your foot, you can first lift the nerve as long as you can move. You can start by tapping your thigh, then your lower leg, and finally reach your foot gradually. If you find it difficult to master, if it's just for exercise and health, just gesture is okay, depending on the individual's physical condition and needs. Now, so much for today. Thank you for watching.